Hey, Mom. I am about almost 7 weeks on testosterone. 7 weeks since I started this journey, and I'm gonna make this video for you. I've been meaning to. I wanted to write to you for a long time. We kind of have that relationship, you and I. We communicate through letters and stuff like that. I know for me, it's because means like this or even in person are really hard to communicate to you. And the reasons it's hard for me is because I get emotional. I get really emotional when I think about you and speaking my heart to you. I'm getting emotional right now. And the reason for that is because you're the person that I love most in this world, that I've always loved the most. Dad said to me once that you ask him why I love him more than you, and that's not true at all. Love is different. I imagine different the way that your love for your grandkids is compared to us. It's just different. With Dad, I never had to really. I never really had to fight him. He really just let me be who I wanted to be and make those decisions. Down to, from the very beginning. And to the same token, he almost, didn't really participate as much as you participated in my life. He missed my first puberty. He's kind of missing this one a little bit. Whereas you didn't. You were there for every step of the way. And I know I gave you a lot of shit, and have throughout my life, because I'm incredibly sensitive. I'm an incredibly sensitive person. And in many ways, I was kind of designed to be an only child with two parents, because I'm so sensitive and I've always needed that extra love and that extra validation. And then with you and I have always had this head-to-head kind of relationship. Yet you're the person that I could tell anything to, absolutely anything to, and I know that you'll still love me and you'll still want me. That your love will remain. I've never said really the things that I've said in anger to Dad, because I fear that he'll leave, right? Whereas with you, I know that you'll always love me no matter what, and I need to learn to treat you better because of that. So you and I, we've always had this head-to-head. I never really understood why you fought me on my clothing or those things. I still don't really understand it exactly. I don't know, maybe I didn't understand it. For me, why I fought so hard was because I was fighting for my identity, right? Clothing, that's the first thing. When Indigenous people were colonized, they took their clothes and their names and their language and their ceremonies and their way of life and their identities, and those are ways that we express our identity. And so all those years that I wanted to wear what I wanted to wear was because I wanted to express myself. And maybe, I don't know why you wanted me to wear those things, or whatever, but I assume maybe it's because you wanted to give me the best. And the more that I fought you, it's probably got really scary for you, right? Like, that I'm not, I'm really headstrong, and it's probably really scary to have a child that's headstrong, a child that jumps in with both feet and goes hard. It's probably really scary. But, here we are. And I've always said that I was saying to a friend yesterday, and she said it too, I couldn't have had a better mother. In many ways, you gave me, I never went hungry. Maybe we didn't have what I thought we should have, but we never went hungry. You always played with us. You always made sure that we had adventures and went places and experienced things. And then as we got older, things happened and your love remained. And when I came out as bisexual, I was so scared to tell you, and you still loved me. And when I came out as a lesbian, I was so scared to tell you, and you still love me. And then transitioning, the first thing, or even tattooing my face, I was like, fuck, what am I going to say? What's my mom going to say? What's my mom going to say? Because I do care. I care very much. You're the person I love most in this world. You're my best friend. I want so many good things for you. And me living my true life, my truest identity, my true life, and living a good life, getting sober. One, because I deserve those things, but two, because you deserve those things. You put so much into us that you deserve to see your kids, at least one of us, do well and be the best that we can be. And, you know, you have the most beautiful heart. The most beautiful heart, because as soon as I told you that me being who I am is teaching other people to be who they are, and that it's freed me from that feeling of suicide, that it, you know, I saw it change in your face. And I can't imagine how scary it was to go through my teenage years with me and to have your child not want to live. I can't imagine. And it hurts me to think that you had to see that. It does. And they had to see me go through addiction and heartbreak. But I made it. I don't feel those feelings anymore. Transitioning's giving me that. I don't feel those feelings of not wanting to be here. I don't feel those feelings of not knowing where I belong, of not knowing what my purpose is, of not believing in myself. And everything that happened in my life has a meaning and a purpose and a use now. You know, growing up a Jehovah's Witness, it's come in handy, because I know what it feels like to go through that experience that a lot of Indigenous people had to go through. And even with you, you know, I know that you did what any mother would do. You went with the option that would feed their children, take care of their children, in the absence of having a partner. And I don't fault you for that. And it's come in handy. It made me well-read. It made me logical. It gave me the experience that's coming in handy. There's a lot of people up here who still hold on to their Christian and religious views, and it's taught me to meet them where they're at. And all the pain that I've ever experienced in my life, that's not your fault. I blamed you for so long because you're my superhero. You are my superhero. And I blamed you, but it's not your fault. You know, I understand that now. It's not your fault. You did the best that you could, and it was more than enough, because I have an incredible life. And I hope that all the good things that you've given me come back to you, and that you have the good life that you deserve. And that even if you never get to have that child, mother or father relationship with your parents, that you know that we have that. And that I love you very much. I love you the most, more than anybody in this world. So this is my video, Mom. We're going on a crazy journey. I did not see this coming for my life, but it means a lot to me that you're here for it. And I hope that I can be not just the son, but the child that you deserve. I love you more than anything.